I want to dive into a point about the LeBron Dwayne Wade connection, and that we are in a very interesting, in this card market. I hate in this card market, because it's really just a base of collecting. What goes up in value is stuff that's cool, and companies, Tops, Panini Fanatics, etc., will try to manipulate to make products that are intentionally attractive for us to consume as consumers. One of the most valuable and scarce baseball cards for 2018 is there is a Tops on Demand set with 4 players, 4 rookies on each card. One of them has Juan Soto, Ronaldo Cunha, and then less importantly, Alex Rodego. And then even below that is Dustin Fowler. And it's 4 of their headshots all in the same card. And it's a huge card for collectors because it has the Soto collectors, it has the Acuna collectors, and it wasn't meant to be a big card. The Kobe and LeBron Tops cards aren't meant to be big cards. And there's a balance between, okay, this contrasts the league leader cards that Tops has. Sure, it's very interesting and cool to find a card where there's 3 potential Hall of Famers. It's not as cool when there's, hundreds of thousands of printed, but you can still collect how you want or find a unique way of doing that by going after lower serial numbered parallels. So finding stuff that's cool and interesting, there's a way to do it, and you have to find out how to do it without just consuming whatever product Panini and Tops wants to market. Last little thing, the dual, I don't know the name of the set offhand, but the dynamic duels from Tops launched
Dynamic
this week.
duos.
Dynamic duos, thank you for the correction. Released this week on Tops.com, sold out in a day, and with that, the Wander Franco Juan Soto card dual autograph is great. It looks fantastic, and that's a card cool. That is a cool card to collect.
This is a great topic, actually. It's a topic of multiplayer cards, which I think is something that is interesting to me because I love multiplayer cards. I love collecting cards where like 2 of my PC guys are on it. Like if Steph and Clay are on a card, I'm buying that card, and I will pay a premium because both of them are on it. You actually forgot though the one card that I really wanted you to bring up, which is the Bosh Yordan. Who's the third guy?
That is Bosh Yordan Lewis Robert.
Yeah, that card.
That is such a legendary card. I want to say 2020 was the first year that Topps introduced SSSPs in flagship releases, image variations most of the time. They had some, not 2020 Topps is going to iconic set for many reasons. I very much like the subtle reverse image variations, the nameplates, the subtleties of that. But that's just another type of SSSP. The 3 players shared and split on that card, all on an all-star trajectory. I don't want to say they're all all-stars yet. And the estimated print run on that offhand, I want to say, is 30 to 35 copies, because I want to say SPs are usually into 3,000s, SSPs around 350 in recent years. So SSSP is a tenth of that. And there's not many of them. If all 3 of them have great careers, it's going to be phenomenal. If one of them sucks, that's really going to damper the value and potential of that card. But it is such a unique, and it's a card that you see and you're like, wow, that is a rare card.
I'm actually going to disagree with you on this. I think that even if 2 of them are good, it's going to hold value. I think throughout vintage cards, there's a lot of history of guys having these like multiplayer rookie cards and then their first solo card. Like Cal Ripken's a good example. I think Joe Morgan might be another one. And I think it's the same sort of concept. I'm going to be interested to see if, let's say, Yordan and Bo are all perennial all-stars and Luis Robert has some injuries and ends up not, reaching his full potential. I still think that card will go for just as much as like the SSSP Bo Bichette solo card because they have both of them. And also,
I don't think he has an SSSP. I think he's only 2 S's. Well, no, I think another example of I don't know if the Polar Bear Rookie Cup is SSP or SSSP.
Yeah, that's a sick card. But
that is a sick card.
This comparison I'm going to make with that card is the 2003 Topps Matrix set that we talked about with Mason a little bit.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That set is amazing. It has like the LeBron, every combination of rookies basically from the 03 NBA draft class. So you have the iconic one is the LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh rookie card. I have that one in PSA 4, Shoutout condition. But
Shout out condition.
yeah, shadow condition. But like situations like that where it's like even if it's LeBron, D Wade, Darko, it's like Darko kind of has like a funny value in the hobby as like the biggest bust in that group. So it's like even that card is still valued somewhat because of the LeBron Wade connection and with like kind of the funny reminder about Darko.
Yes, and that spurs people to personally collect and enjoy Darko for that reason. But I think I want to say Darko is the exception and not the rule. I think it's very good on Topps that they aren't milking this variation at every possible expense. We didn't see this last year with the K. Brian Hayes and Jazz Chisholm and other, Dylan Carlson, let's just say, because I mean, all of those are possible all-stars, but none of those names are going to truly be a superstar or the face of baseball. But if we see this year with Bobby Witt and Julio Rodriguez and Wander Franco, that's cool. That gets the Cards Max stamp of coolness approval as one of the coolest guys in this room.
Yeah, and I like Topps. Well, that was the question I asked you like off air one time. Was like, would you want Topps to do that every year? And you're like, no, I don't. I wouldn't want them to do it every year. I think you gotta. Have you kept that for when guys are certainly like, especially hyped up guys? Like, I think this year would be a good year to do it. Like, if you did a Series 2-1 with Torkelson, Bobby Witt, and those guys, like that card would go crazy. And it's not necessarily something that would always happen, but yeah, I'm excited to see the future of that multi-rookie card SSSP because the card market in general in the past has kind of rejected those multiplayer rookie cards.
As a non-financial advice moment, but